it's William Laney from Flowers and Scents with your floral industry buzz. Okay, so today I'm going to interview Amanan Zamir from Cargolite. And Cargolite is a company that from Israel that makes a unique box that flowers can travel in. And the whole idea here is that we're going to save you some money, hopefully, by using their packing system versus the traditional packing system, which involves a lot of cardboard and plastic and packing material, ultimately, which make the box heavy. Heavy means that you're going to pay more air freight. So I saw this company in Kenya a few times, and I was kind of intrigued by their concept of this box, since I've handled a lot of boxes in my life. So I thought it would be worth your time to look at this because look, air freight's a big deal in our business, and if you can save a few dollars or pennies or whatever on a box, I think it's worth listening to. So, without further ado, Amanan Zamir from Cargolite. Okay, Aman Zamir. Amanan Zamir. I'll get that
Amnon
right one of these
Zamir,
days.
yeah. Amnon
Okay,
Zamir. That's
Aman
me.
Zamir. Okay, well, okay, you're from Cargolite, and I have been introduced to Cargolite over many years. I saw you and your product in Kenya when I was there several years. I was intrigued by your packing system because I come from the trucking business and I've handled a million boxes in my life, and stacking boxes and cardboard were much a part of my life for the many years. So when I saw it, I was like, that's an interesting concept. Now you've gone beyond that because the concept not only is cool, it saves money. And I think when I talk about money, I'll get everybody's attention because you're able to, with your packing system, to deliver a box to the airport and, or at least have a box at the airport that the shipper's shipping and have it arrive in Miami or wherever at less cost than the traditional packing that's being done in the boxes today. So
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah,
that's what happens, right?
yeah,
So
that's what
you have a
happens.
box. It's a very clever packing system. It's a little different because to get the achieved savings, you have to save weight. To save weight, you use less staples and less packaging material, and you're going to tell us how that all works because I think for the importers in Miami or the importers around the country that are bringing in flowers from Ecuador, Colombia, Costa Rica, or wherever, the thought of having your boxes arrive with less air freight, still packed well, and in a pallet configuration. So, with that said, tell us about it.
Yeah, please, I will. Uh, Let me share a screen here and
Okay.
show you in 2 minutes, like how it works. Okay,
Okay.
so we're called Cargolite, and this is the box. So on the outside side, it looks exactly like any other box, but from the inside, what it has special, we have two frames inside, as you can see. This is one frame, and this is another frame. Those frames are very, very sturdy, and they can hold everything that comes on top of them.
Okay.
And this allow us to even like add up 1,000 kgs of load on top of this box without having the box crushed. And the carton walls now do not have to support the load of the boxes on top as it is now, or the flowers. So this is why the flowers are packed with a very, very sturdy materials and like all these laminas and the inside the lamina, they're also like separators. This is like a very heavy and very expensive. So what we came and say, we can use a much lighter box than the regular box because we have those frames, and we can also save on packing materials, and this way we can reduce the weight, and this is how we can get much better weight for the air freight.
Is plastic part of the reduction,
No, no, there's no
mostly
plastic at
cardboard,
all.
right?
One of our first, we have a first model. The first model we went with, those frames were outside the box and they were made out of plastic. They
Okay.
are still in use for some clients who just simply refuse to stop using them because for them it's very good.
Okay.
The idea was that those plastic frames should be recycled at when they arrive to destination. and some of them still do, and they still get money even for them because it is recycled, and like it's a very good plastic.
Okay.
So technically we can have the plastics, but now the plastic is an option only offered in Kenya. And we're looking now at expanding our clientele into also South America and buyers in Miami. We started already in Ecuador, and like we are working in some 10 farms, and this is going for like a year and a half, very
Okay.
successfully from Ecuador to Switzerland. And yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
All right, let's look, go through more pictures here. Let's see, because I want to see the ones that saving money, because that's the
All
ones that
right.
get people's
So
attention.
let's have a look how we are saving money here. Uh, we are like three main topics for reducing the costs. First of all, we are reducing the weight of the packaging materials, as I explained in a second,
Right?
and we're also increasing the pack rates just because of that. And we are improving the efficiency of the supply chain. Like if we can reduce the weight of the packaging materials, then we are doing quite a lot of work. Like the weight is now supported by the frame. So
Mm,
we don't need those heavy cartons and those heavy laminas that are using in Ecuador and South America. And we can replace those by just kraft. If you look here, you
I
can
see.
see that the kraft paper that we can use just to wrap around the bunch weighs only nearly 40 grams. And the lamina and the separators, they are called in separadores, they are called in South
Separators,
America.
yeah.
Yeah, they are weighing like 170, so it's nearly 4 times as much.
Okay.
So just on that, we can reduce quite a lot of weight. Another thing, another thing that happens is that because we do not use those rigid, they are very rigid, those packaging, okay? And they are very beautiful. Yeah, you have to say, like, so really beautiful. It looks like a present. It looks like a
Yep.
chocolate box,
Yes.
fantastically nice.
Yes.
But they are very expensive, okay? Like, first of all, the materials themselves are very expensive, and the weight is also very expensive. And you can see that in our box, we can offer different variety, different, different ways of
Okay.
making these something instead of these big laminas that will get quite nice at destination without harming the flowers at all, because the boxes do not crash and we don't need those very heavy separators. So this lets us pack more flowers in the volume because those packages, those bunches are much less rigid than the one. So they can just adapt to the space inside the box. So in many of the cases, we are able to pick. It's enough, it's enough to pick just one bunch more,
Yep.
and the
Well,
difference
one
is
bunch is a
just
lot. That's
one bunch is like it's crazy. It's crazy much.
10% more or something. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's really much more. And so in the end, what we can get is more flowers in the same volume, which is also reducing the shipping prices of the box. And another way of saving money and is improving the efficiency of the system of the logistics. Like if you go and work on with skids directly from the origin, like say in Ecuador, and it is already loaded on the plane as on a skid and on an air pallet, then when it arrives at destination, it can be processed as a skid. And instead of paying for handling of one box by box individually, you are paying for like handling like a full skid of 24 or 15 or something like that. And this is really significant. This makes a lot of difference in the end. So everything here adds up. So
Yeah,
just
I
to
would think,
how,
with that in mind, you have the ideal situation is you have a buyer that's buying a pallet of flowers that can be used your boxes and palletized at the farm, travels, I believe, on the pallet through the airline, gets to Miami, stays on a pallet. It's just one unit as opposed to 46 boxes or whatever's on there. And ideally that pallet can travel up the highway. You can go on through the system on a truck and never have to be touched again. That's the ideal situation, I would imagine. However, as I pointed out a little bit earlier, that doesn't always work. You might have pallets coming in and use the efficiency of the pallet all the way through up into Miami, but then in Miami you need to take that 24 pallets or 24 boxes, and 5 go this way and 10 go that way, and you're saying that box, even by itself without the palletization, still is very strong and can handle the ride.
Yeah, it can handle the ride. And the thing is that we do this in some of the cases, and then we have the clients. But I tell you what, usually what happens is that when they get to Miami, I mean, the dealer in Miami is not buying two boxes; he's buying much more than that, and
He's
he is
buying hundreds of
distributing.
boxes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, and he's distributing this to different places. So the box can travel to another to a next destination after Miami, and it can do it on a pallet and also on just individually. We also have like these boxes. This is like a quite a big box, but we also have like a quarter box or even like a 1/8 of a 1/8 box.
Yeah, well, you need those these
Smaller,
days. You
yeah,
need
which is half. Which is half. We'll see like a picture in a second. Yeah, this one here.
that's your full box, okay.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think. Do you see that? I don't think so. Yeah, screen sharing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's a demonstration of one box filled traditionally versus what in the cargo light box. Is that what I'm looking at?
No, no, no. What you're looking at is like the two different sizes that
Oh,
we have.
different packs in the both in the
Yeah,
cargo
we have
light
like
box.
one full
Okay,
box and one half box. Okay, so
okay.
technically, what can happen? I mean, none of the, the dealers are different. Some of them are dealing directly with farms. Some of them are unpacking already in Miami and then shipping into
Right.
other boxes or into buckets to other destination. And some sent to flower shops all over the state. And for those, we have developed a smaller box, which is much more adapted to flower shops because of the quantities. Like if I'm looking at what we're looking now in this on the screen, this box now the big one is containing 15 bunches of 25 stem. It's 375. This is very good for a dealer or for an unpacker. It's not very suitable for a flower shop. It's a bit too much.
Right.
So what we can do is reduce this by half and give them like 200, which makes sense, or like a little bit then 200, 175, 150. That fits in the smaller box. So we have those different targets, and we can adjust to different needs of different clients.
How about bouquets here? Okay, let's talk about bouquets for a minute because I would imagine the an ideal situation, the people moving the biggest amount of numbers are these bouquet makers, bringing in thousands and thousands of boxes filled with bouquets, and that's already done at the farm to travel to many destinations. So I guess bouquets would work just like a flower, like a bunch. Yes.
Yeah, they might. They might. It's a little bit more. It's a bit different. But what we need to do is to try because we are doing some of the bouquets. It depends on the size of the bouquets and the shape of the bouquet
Hmm.
and the length of the stems, exactly in this case. So some of them are working well. Some of them are working less well. But we actually what we do with everyone who wants to start to work with us, we have to make a trial. Yeah, we go to the farm. Like he selects a farm, and we go to the farm and make a packaging, and we show that first of all we check that the pack rates are really getting where we want them to get, and the weights are really going down enough to justify the whole change of the box. And then we share this data with the client, and then we make a decision. And then usually what happens, we start a more commercial trial, and this is where things are starting to be clear because
Okay.
like on one box it's very nice, but it really has to make like a
It's
serious try to get in.
yeah, you
This
got to
is the
make a
way I work
serious.
with
Yes.
yeah, this is the way I work with all our clients in Kenya. We've been working in Kenya for like 8 years now, and we're adding more and more clients, and this is the way to go, starting slowly. And every client has its own configuration of flowers and own needs and own requirements, and we have to make some adjustment just to fit the whole thing. The good thing with us is that we are flexible.
Okay, that flexibility is a good thing when you're in packaging. And I would think, so the way that works is the boxes, assuming we find a couple customers that want to do this, they go to their box company or you supply the boxes? How's that work?
No, we supply the boxes in Ecuador, and actually we supply the boxes from Ecuador. directly to the farms. We have like in Ecuador, we have a store in Tabacunda, which is like in the heart
Yeah.
of
Proper
like where
country.
most of the farms are in the north of the country.
Yeah.
And just like a phone call, an order form, and that we just ship the flowers, the boxes directly to the
Directly to the
farm.
farm.
And in the beginning, we are sending somebody of our team to assist them and to show them and to make the trial together with them, and then it continues. Now, with like for 1.5 year, we now have been working seamlessly from for a client in Switzerland who's buying, as I said, like quite a few boxes, like a lot of them, and this is going like very smoothly without any problem.
Uh, I'm a nun. I'm getting
Indeed, you
closer.
said it
I'm getting
right.
closer. Uh,
Yeah.
show me that slide there that shows the numbers. Show these people that the fact they can actually save real dollars here.
All right. Some dollars. All right. Let's look at the screen here. We have the regular box, the one that comes in the lamina and the separators, and with the corrugated paper around a bunch.
All right.
This one has a box dimension of 34 by 30 by 95.
Okay.
And the pack rate, as you can see, it's quite full. There's no room for another bunch. Is 250 stems, 10 bunches.
Okay.
The length is 50 centimeters, and the volumetric weight of this box is 16.6. The actual weight of this box is 12.5. This means that they will be charged according to 16.6 divided by 250 stems. This is the number per stem, 66 grams per stem.
Okay.
Right? This is the real weight of the stem. We do exactly the same comparison on this side with the Cargolite XL. By the way, on this one, you can see that they are packing with craft paper, but they can also pack just with the sleeves. It also works with only sleeves. The box dimension is 40 by 28 by 98 centimeters. And here we can pack 300 stems of exactly the same flowers. And here, because the weight is even lower than the volumetric weight, we're also going to use 18.3,
Right.
but this time divided by 300. And the difference will be 5 grams difference between the two stems. It doesn't look like much, but these 5 grams at a rate of, this was made when it was 1.5 per kg to US. I think now it's 1.9. Then we get 0.75 cent, 0.75 cent per stem. This is $0.075, okay, per stem.
Yeah.
Just multiply it by 1 million stem, for example, it's already $7.5 million, $7,500. Sorry, I got carried away. But because I saw the million here, 5 ton, and this is 5 tons of air freight saved. This is crucial. Okay,
Yep.
This is really serious, and of course, it affects also the footprint, the environmental impact that the box has.
Yeah.
Another comparison is this one we've already seen. This one is 15 bunches of 375 stems here. Mm-hmm. And a box with a very similar volume is only packing 300. So here we're going to have even a much bigger saving. And even if we cannot add more flowers, if the pack rate is the same,
right,
then we are reducing the weight by at least 2 kgs because our box is lighter and we are not using those heavy wrappings around the flower. We're just using much lighter, as I showed before, and then we get like 2.5 kgs, like people are exporting to Australia. For them, it's a huge saving. All right. Yeah. So like even with the 1.9, it is a saving that is worth looking into, I think.
Okay. Hey, that's pretty cool stuff. I believe that I would imagine this is going to get some people's attention. And I believe the goal here is for some company or maybe several companies in Miami or otherwise to raise their hand and say, yo, let's give it a try. you're talking dollars and significant dollars. And if it can be done without, everybody's sort of hung up on their own packing specialty. I pack this way, I pack that way. My flowers are better than yours because I pack them better. Once we get over that, I think, I believe we should find some people that are willing to at least give this a try. It seems too good not to try, in my opinion, anyway.
We are ready to meet with anyone who wants to hear more about the concept. And we can, I mean, we are basically an Israeli company. We are based in Israel and Kenya, and we have our uh, installation in Ecuador, and we would like to extend the clients from Ecuador and then add even Colombia to it. And because the States is like a very, very significant market for these countries. So this is where we are now.
Okay.
Everyone wants to hear us. We are there.
Okay, and they would find you. I will post your email address if you care to on the video that I'm going to create from this. But they would go to cargolight.com, I guess, or what?
And this is cargo minus light, Lite, all right? Like like this one. You can hear it here at the bottom.
Cargo-light.com. Okay.
Cargo minus light.com. Everything, all information, many more pictures are there, and they can find a lot of more benefits from about the box.
Yeah, I like how you say that, cargo minus light, but
Minus, yeah. This is the way, like
well, that's sort of correct. Well, we don't want any light in the boxes. We just want cargo in the boxes. All right, but we want them to be lighter.
Yeah, no, this is where it comes from.
That's what I'm lighter. Okay, look, I am going to put this out in a few days, or probably next week. I will publish this and get some attention. Hopefully, we'll get a couple people to raise their hand and be willing to save some money. Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, good. What I suggest as well is that we make this ad that we've discussed, and
yes. Yeah, we'll put an ad up on the site so that they can click on that.
Just need to tell me the dimensions so that I can, prepare it accordingly.
I will send them to you right after this conversation, and we will go from there.
Yeah, let me see. Just maybe just one important thing.
Okay.
Is that this one we've not discussed.
No overpacking. Okay.
Maybe you can add this. So I'll just say it quickly, and you decide if you want to add it or not. There is a few other aspects that needs to be looked at when you consider the Cargolite box. Is that because the frames are limiting the shape of the box, there is no overpacking. We simply cannot overpack as the regular boxes. So when you close the box, the workers at the pack house, they don't have to jump.
They don't have to jump on the box or
boxes just to be able to close them. And if we get like the same pack rate, mean that the flowers inside are faring in a much better condition. Another thing here is you can see that the box can be held all the time horizontally because it has those ergonomic handles built inside the box. And actually, this guy is holding the box horizontally.
I see.
This is helping a lot. This is helping a lot during handling of the box, because first of all, it's much easier to lift, and then it is yeah, this is what it is. It's much easier to lift, and of course the box stays horizontal all the time. And this is important because the flowers do not shift from one side to another and get injured.
All right, I guess I'm going to have to pay for Zoom if I want more time, but I guess we ran out of time here. But Amnon,
yeah,
almost got it. Thank you for your time, and I will throw this up there, and we'll get it rocking. Let's see if we can get some people talking.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Thank you very much.
So you have a nice day, and I appreciate you, sir. And I'm going to turn this off here for a minute, then say goodbye to the media.